Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Joey again with another uncut win streak analysis. And how big is the win streak today? It's not so big, it's 4 games. But I recall you guys, a lot of you guys preferring this content over the highlights. So I figured why not? These were actually some pretty exciting games. I just got my heartbeat to drop a little bit. I really tried to push for 5, I couldn't get it. Anyway, we are going second in the first duel. My opponent is summoning Pantera, and if that is their normal summon, you can usually tell they're bricking, so they're setting up the Caesar there. And the first thing I do is try and negate it. I just want to get that pop out of the way. So I'm good to go now. I draw into my Primite engine, get barrel, get a scream on the field. Here I go into Shenying because I want to sacrifice it. I want to get that off the field to set up all my traps. I still have an Ash as well. So even though I'm not that much in control, I still feel confident. I don't negate this summon because I know if he has something else that will be more important to negate. And if he doesn't, he's probably going into a Rock of the Vanquisher, and I just rather negate that, which he does. Solemn warning, kaboom, be gone. And we got an empty field now. And we know that barrel is coming back. So now we can make some plays here. We also drew into the Treasure of the King, so we can get into our Odion engine. This might not be the smartest at first, but barrel already activated from the graveyard. So this was unavoidable. We do get into this engine, we get barrel on the floor. That's fine because we now have Serpent to be our normal monster to get all the Primite stuff going. And our opponent scoops. Admit it, he bricked a little bit, but I promise you, games will get better. I'm talking a little bit soft. I know my daughter is sleeping in the next room and she's about to wake up. So it doesn't really matter if she wakes up. She slept for a bit. But I wanted to get this out of the way because, as you could see in the last win streak video, sometimes I just can't do this replays anymore. Okay, I missed a lot here. So my opponent summoned Azuna, where I thought, okay, I have 2 Ash, that's fine. You want to send something to the graveyard, I can Ash it. But then Lupus was also in the hand. So now I have a problem. I know he can sorry, exceed whenever he wants. And I was afraid that he was going into a Jax to pop my Serpent, but weirdly enough he just let it all go. And then in the end he went into Hound. Now Hound can banish a card, but only on the next turn. So here he goes, he does it. We have Utopian Dracotail, and I figured I have 2 Ash in my hand, why not have some fun? Let's grab that Hound. Unfortunately it's negated. Now I can negate the Jokel as well. I'm slowly running in out of options. So now I know, because of this imperm, that this card is dead. Because I know he has the Raisin, he only has a fire, so he cannot special summon. He's lacking the dark. Now he negates my Odion. So now my monsters can be destroyed by battle or card effect. And this was a problem. I had to Ash that, obviously, but now he can go into a level 5. So that is unfortunate. Or, yeah, a rank 5. He can exceed into a rank 5. There's the Ripper. Obviously, we gotta negate it. We can't have it going. But now my biggest fear is he's going to attack and go into a Zeus. Maybe he's not playing it. Yes, of course he is. Now we got another problem. So we gotta bait out that Zeus, but we draw really well. So we draw into a load. Now I have 2 engines going here. There's multiple things I can do. And first thing I wanted to do is to use Divine Serpent to bait him into using the Zeus. But on hindsight, I figured if I do it now, he probably doesn't matter. If I go into battle phase, he will still wipe all my newly set cards. So first I want to get rid of that Rock of the Vanquisher. But as soon as I switch this into attack, he Zeus's already. And I am actually very happy with that, because I know I can now freely set up a new board. And I know what's in his hand. Holly Sue and a Raisin. So still no worries. Here Actually, we get Anubis on the field. That is going as well. There's my normal monster to get my Primite stuff live. So that is a good thing. We go into Shenyang because it's just big enough to get over that Zeus. Now here, I was doubting. My biggest fear was he's going to draw something to activate the Holly Sue. And if he is able to steal my Shenyang, I'm gonna get it. So I just went into Silhouette Rabbit, just get that extra back row pop. Maybe he is going to set up a field spell. I didn't even wait for it. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. That's all good. Now I don't know what that last card is, but he reveals it straight away. We negate that. We don't want him setting up that K9. There is the Raisin. Now we actually got rid of the Raisin. Rock of the Vanquisher again. Holly Sue again. But we are pretty good. Here he spins back my Serpent, which is surprising. I can just use it to set up a new negate. I guess he had to get rid of something. And now we got everything going. Here we can get into a Primite Engine again. Set up Drill Beam 2. Scream will only come back from the graveyard if we have Barrel on the field in the standby phase, which we have not right now, but I'd rather have that Baron. And of course, my Serpent to have a normal monster. Activate that Drill Beam. He's gonna use that K9 spell again. What is the case for K9? I banish it, because if I destroy it, it will set a new card. I want none of that. Now here, Barrel is going to trigger from the grave. That means Lupus is going to be live. Lupus is coming. We don't negate because we can simply pop it with Barrel on the floor. Holly Sue isn't coming and everything is halved. So yeah, it was a busy game. It was not that we ever lost control. It was just that my opponent kept fighting back. I think it was good from the moment that we could negate that Hound instead of, I don't know what he could, the Jacks destroying my board. But it was a matter of time. That was always going to be a matter of time. Here's Spot E, never going through. We banished all the good stuff. Power on the floor is gone. Okay, but we still have the Primite Engine. And here something very interesting happens. So I figured I'm just gonna leave it like this. Maybe I should send Barrel to the grave, summon this from the graveyard, have Barrel active on the next turn. But I figured, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe he has nothing, I can fight off the board the next turn. I can do whatever. Now he super polys. And what is he gonna super poly into? A Star Sword Dragon, which cannot pop, unfortunately. Now this thing can special summon because the Albaz is in the graveyard. But we have Debunk, and Debunk is going to banish that Cartesia, which I'm happy with, because that's just going to spin back and back all the damn time. So that one is gone. We take a hit, but taking hits is fine, as long as we don't lose control. Now, Barrel is going to come back from the graveyard. Oh no, wait, it's not. This is a great sting from my opponent. Prevent all of that. Now I get a body on the field to protect myself. Get that Drill Beam live. If he has, I don't know, a Rahu or something like that, we can stop it. I was doubting to banish that Star Source, but I figured maybe it's bait, so I'll just let it, blah blah blah. Here we actually have Barrel. We can force that Femina, which is always nice, but all he can go into is the Secretarian. Yeah, he can set that key to, but I know I am in control now. So setting the Drill Beam back. Here I was gonna be pretty well off with just the Labradorite and all those Primite cards. But Shenyang was gonna be giant because a lot of cards were banished. And I figured he was gonna be a good fit. My opponent thought he was not because he scooped straight away. And my opponent could only add one card. His hand was empty, so even if he did that, he could not fuse with that. So yeah, I was feeling pretty confident. The best thing he could do is probably summon the Lucius, trying to add another monster, but we had cards for that. That was not gonna happen. Now we go into the fourth game, which is my favorite for today maybe. But this is the one you don't really want to see when you're playing this deck, and that's you're just gonna run Trap City. So we got a lot of decision making to do. We start pot of E. Excuse me. This time we're actually resolving that, but we just got more traps. So I keep DT in hand. All these cards are better. They're active. DT is not gonna do anything for me. Now we are going to see a card we don't want to see, and that's the Dracotail Malulu, meaning my opponent's playing Dracotail, and I got nothing. So we get this straight out of the way. We're not even gonna let it try and fuse. Kaboom, be gone. Next, there's a key to. From here, I'm going to use Verdict, because if I don't use it now and choose to use another card, it will not be activatable anymore. So, but it negates the activation, meaning my opponent can use another one. I have a Purge. This is maybe a mistake. I don't know. So he used Femina, and I figured, oh, I'll use Debunk because I will banish it. But since it's already in the graveyard, it doesn't. So maybe Impulse would have been better. You tell me. On hindsight, it's gonna turn out not to be, but you will see in a bit. So we blocked all that to draw another trap card. Nope, setting the cards back up again. Here's my opponent again, and he has another Malulu. So now Impulse is actually a great fit. And here's where we win the game, I believe, because we draw into the barrel, we can set up the Primite engine, and my opponent knows it's over. So I will show you guys the deck real quick. I am still on the same deck on stream, except I made one little change. I was really not digging Pot of D, so I put in one-dimensional fissure. It hasn't come up yet, but Pot of D just kept banishing 2 treasures, or kept banishing Drill Beam and Scream, and I just got tired of it. So I took it out. I got a floodgate for it, a great floodgate, and if you guys like that, go ahead and try it too. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy this, please subscribe if you're not. We're almost at 1,000, and I really want to see the face of my friends that gave me that look when I told them I was going to start a Yu-Gi-Oh channel on a card game I liked as a kid from an anime. And you know what that look is. Alright, take care, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.